Hello everyone. Welcome to Coaching Think Talk. So I am Life Coach Candee Teng. I am a professional CACC life coach and a certified mental health coach from Life Coach Philippines. And this coaching conversation is coaching for mindful eating. So this coaching conversation is for people who sees food as life but who are being challenged by what they eat, which causes them physical, emotional, and mental stress. And my mission is to help 1 million individuals to become mentally fit, to heal and recover from their broken identity, broken name, and broken dreams so that they can courageously journey outside of their comfortable lifestyle to live a life of stewardship or a life of responsibility. So thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are coming from today. And please do tag a friend and circulate this video to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what I'll be sharing for this sessions. You may also give some shout outs to people you want to greet and reach out with some inspiring message. So if you are watching this on a replay, please do comment hashtag replay. So I am streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel of Life Coach Philippines. And if you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. And for my episode this morning or this session on coaching for mindful eating, it's about insulin 101. Ayan, if you have any idea, when you talk about insulin, what it does to your body, then feel free to share it with me. Feel free to type it in the comment below. Again, I encourage you to share your feedback, to share your comments, no, to stay engaged in our conversation tonight. And this is a very, very safe space. So there is no right or wrong. So we value your expression, we value your thoughts. Again, when it comes to insulin, what comes to your mind when you talk about insulin, or even if you heard the word insulin, no, insulin, ano yan na iisip mo? What comes to your mind? Okay. So, in case you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Coach Candee Teng. I am a proud scholar of Master Coach A's Tribe Speak, a six-step to six-figure speaking career training program. I am a proud Master Builder Apprentice of Master Coach A, and we build tribe as we help your unstoppable dreams to come true. Come true. So, with that, no, I am also the founder and creator of When Comfort is Not So Comfortable coaching community. So this when you talk about comfort, it is not again limited to your physical comforts. This can be your emotional comforts, your mental comforts, the way you have been doing things that you are so comfortable about, even if these things are already not helpful to you, but you are having a hard time breaking these things, these patterns, these behaviors, no. And the goal of my tribe, of course, is to help you and journey with you, no, in order for you to become mentally fit, so you can finally take that courage step, no, to journey outside of your comfort in order for you to go towards growth and transformation, and in order for you, of course, to finally get the healing that you have been looking for. Hello, Master Coach Jasmine. Good morning. Ayan, si Master Coach Jasmine ang tutulong sa akin with Insulin 101. Okay. So, I am also a proud coachee of Master Coach A. So, we have been in partnership for 3 years now, and we are ongoing on our fourth partnership. Yay, ako yung masaya talaga. And it's very amazing going through the journey with her, knowing more about mental fitness, knowing more about mindful eating, knowing technically more, no, holistically in terms of mental health. And before I came into life coaching, I was clinically diagnosed with multiple mental disorders, no, and one of that is actually eating disorder. So I had a combination of anorexia and bulimia, no. And it has been a journey for me since I am already healed, no. But it's the same neural pathways, it's the same area of my brain working. So I am working on adjusting it and really becoming a product of coaching for mindful eating. That's why we have this coaching for mindful eating. So this is my journey, into really discovering food as a natural cure to our body, especially to our mind, and what does it has to do with our mind. Ayan. So this education, no, on technically what you put into your body, how it affects your mind. Okay. So I invite you to like and follow me on Life Coach Candy. So this is my page, and I invite you to join me inside my group when comfort is not too comfortable coaching community. And of course, um, if you have some notes, if you have some questions that you want to ask me personally and you're unable to comment it here in the chat box, no, or in case you're watching this on a replay and you want to connect with me, then feel free to connect on my personal account. So this is my personal account, and it exactly look like this. So I don't have any other account. So if it doesn't look like this and it interacts with you, know that that is not me. Okay. And of course, I invite you to like and follow the Cup Coffee Republic, our home, our physical home, the home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines. And we are open from 12 p.m. to 12 midnight. So just in case you want to visit, no, mahaba pa ang araw. And of course, it's a holiday. So you want to spend time with people that you love, then I invite you to visit us in the Cup Coffee Republic, experience our place, experience the warmth of the place, experience the people there, no, greeting you, welcoming you, and really engaging with you and having a meaningful conversation with you. So I also invite you to become a channel of love and hope as you bless someone with a meal, a food, a beverage from the Cup Coffee Republic, no, and along with the meal that you'll be gifting or you'll be sending, no, let your personal message inspire someone today. So we do personal messages. So ako personally, no, I do the calligraphy, I do the doodles. If you want any like arts on it, then please let us know. Ayan, we would love to do it for you. So partner with us in bringing light into someone's life, especially in this season. Okay? So be blessed all the more for being a blessing. And sakto, no? It's the last day of November and tomorrow is already December. It's the time of the year where ano mo yun, we become more merry and we send gifts. Ayan. So this is a perfect way for you to show someone that you remember them. Okay? Of course, as I begin, I invite you to get your hashtag pack my bag moments. So your hashtag pack my bag moments are key points, aha moments, word sharing, lessons that resonated with you. These are powerful truths that speaks to your heart and it can even pinch your heart. And kaya siya pack my bag moment because you can take this, no, like it's like a bag, no, like a bag that you carry around with you. You can take this. This is life lessons that you can really apply in your life. Hello, Coach Lynn. Magandang morning. Ayan. So, I encourage you as well to share your hashtag pack my bag moment on your timeline so you get to bless other people as well, no? As I will be blessing you through my talk, diba? Of course, may makuha tayong nuggets of wisdom and learnings, no? I encourage you to share your hashtag pack my bag moment on your timeline so you get to bless other people as well who can see your news feed o yung mga friends mo nasa friend list mo, no, they can see your hashtag pack my bag moment. And of course, if you want to put the context so people will know where your hashtag pack my bag moment comes from, there you can put coaching think talk, coaching mindful eating, and and hashtag mentally fit feel. Okay, so as I begin, again, this is insulin 101. So when you talk about insulin, what first comes to your mind? Pag insulin na sinasabi or naririnig mo ang insulin, ano agad ang naiisip mo? Ayan. So ako, honestly, when you talk about insulin, ang una-una na iisip ko is diabetes. Ayan. I mean that's for me before, no, that before I really we began diving into insulin, about sugar and understanding, no. So in this talk, I will be primarily sharing with you the role of insulin in our body because if nag-dive in tayo agad like complications of our hormones, no, insulin automatically. Pag diabetes, you have to know first how insulin works para maintindihan mo din paano na-affect ng diabetes yung katawan natin, yung health natin. So you get to have a grasp of how important insulin really is. So sabi ni Coach Lynn, diabetes din ang naiisip niya. Ayan. Tadang! So this is a great picture of insulin. Ayan. So actually this is no a very endocrine system kasi si insulin, no, si X. So I'm going to present this as simple as I can, okay? So technically, when you eat, no, when we eat the food, syempre, chew natin and everything, and when we swallow it, the food travels to our stomach and small intestine, where it's broken down, of course, into nutrients that include glucose. Like I've been saying, I've been teaching sa Carbs 101, carbohydrates. Ayan, gusto daw ni Coach Lindsay endocrine system. Ayan, 'di ba? Carbohydrates is the main form of energy, no? Doon nakukuha yung energy. But technically, when you break down carbohydrates to its simplest form, glucose kasi siya, okay? It becomes glucose and of course, the other nutrients that comes with it, no? So, again, the food that we eat gets broken down into nutrients that includes glucose. So these nutrients, no, are absorbed and distributed via our bloodstream. So kakalat siya sa bloodstream natin. So si pancreas is a gland located behind your stomach, and the essential role of pancreas is actually in the enzymes that break down fat, starches, and sugar in food. And it also secretes insulin and other hormones into your bloodstream. So most of the food that we eat is turned into glucose, or what we all know as sugar, no? And for our bodies to use that for energy, so si pancreas yung responsible doon, no? So again, the pancreas is an organ that is near your stomach, okay, and it makes a hormone called insulin to help glucose get into the cells of our body. So hindi naman kasi basta-basta nakakapasok si glucose, no, dun sa cells ng katawan natin, hindi siya basta-basta nakakapit. So how insulin act is like a key, kaya siya susi pag nakita niyo sa picture, no. So when anyone has diabetes, their body either doesn't make enough insulin or can't use its own insulin as well as it should. So this causes sugar to build up in their blood, and this is why many people refer to diabetes as glucose or sugar. Ayan, kaya 'di ba pag naisip natin insulin na yan, glucose, sugar, automatic, uy, ingat ka, diabetes. Ayan, so yun siya, okay? So again, glucose or sugar is an essential source of energy, not only for the body, no, but for our brain as well. And glucose in our bloodstream comes from, again, mainly carbohydrate food. So yung mga mahilig dito sa carbs, ayan, di ba, kaway-kaway. Okay. So, um, from carbohydrates, no, these are changed into glucose after we have eaten them. And glucose also comes from the liver where it has been previously stored. So, pwede din siyang from our food and pwede din siya from the liver. So, this ensures a constant supply even when we have not eaten recently. Diba, there are times that we don't have, we didn't eat pero meron tayong energy. So, nanggagaling naman siya sa liver. So, I'm trying to explain this as simple as possible, okay? So, the function of insulin is to help transform glucose into energy and distribute it throughout your body. Kasi pag wala si insulin, technically, hindi nagtatransform, no, into energy yung glucose natin. In short, glucose pa rin siya sa katawan natin, okay? So, it distributes, the glucose throughout your body, including the central nervous system and your cardiovascular system. So without insulin, cells are starved for energy, and it must seek an alternative source. So when this happens, no, this can lead to life-threatening complications. So technically, how insulin works is, again, insulin is the energy storage hormone. So it's very, very important for our body. Hindi lang siya for diabetes, no? But technically, it really processes energy. It helps with the process of the energy. So it helps use carbs, no, after our eating. It helps use carbs, fats, and protein. So hindi lang po siya nasa glucose, okay? So insulin has functions in fat metabolism, in carbohydrate metabolism, and in protein metabolism. So ayan, si Master Coach has sabi niya, energy stored hormone, okay? And it actually helps store what's left, no, mainly as fat for the future, yung mga extra glucose natin. It actually, ito yung sinasabi na it turns into fat for future use. So the body breaks these nutrients down into sugar molecules, amino acid molecules, lipid molecules, okay? And the body also stores and resembles these molecules into other or more complex forms. So pag tinignan niyo yung picture, di ba? So technically, si insulin, yung susi. Okay? Look at it as it is your cell, and then insulin, yung susi, pupunta siya sa insulin receptor, okay, which is, sabihin mo yung keyhole, no? And then insulin goes into it. It opens the door for glucose to come into your cells in its simplest form para yung cells natin may pagkain. Ayan. So, that's the simplest way that I can describe it, no? But technically, yun yung role ni insulin. So, syempre, papasok din siya sa cells natin, no, doon sa layer na cells, and then mag-distribute din siya to other organs. So, this is another way that you can see it, no? So, pag kumain tayo, no, yung blood sugar natin mag-increase, no, kasi magbe-breakdown siya, magiging glucose siya. Now, it signals the pancreas to release the insulin. So, it goes into the cell, yung glucose natin, papasok siya sa cell. And once it is in the cell, no, magdi-distribute siya via our blood streams, no, and it can, tatlo yung napupuntahan niya. It can go into our muscles, into our liver, and it becomes a fat storing cell. Hello, Coach Teen. Sabi ni Coach Teen, kung walang insulin, hindi makakapasok si glucose. Hashtag key. Hindi, ako yung nag-hashtag, but key yung nilagay niya. Okay. So how does insulin help in the metabolism process? So, ganito siya. Okay. Step by step. Okay. So, food is consumed. Carbohydrates are then broken down into glucose by our saliva and the gut, no, and then glucose enters the bloodstream. Okay, so dahil may glucose sa bloodstream, si pancreas now responds to the presence of food by releasing stored insulin. So this is what we call phase 1, okay, ng insulin response. So ngayon, again, insulin is the key, so it allows glucose from the blood to enter into the body cell where the glucose can be used for fuel. Ito yung sinasabi natin, hashtag energy. And then, insulin also allows glucose to be stored in your muscles, yung nasa left, and the liver as glycogen. And if needed, no, the stored glycogen can later be returned, no, to the blood as glucose. So, ini-store niya siya doon. If there is glucose remaining in the blood, insulin turns this glucose into saturated body fat. Ayan. So, pag nag-accumulate tayo, I remember Coach Marife talking about subcutaneous fat. Ayan, kasama yan dyan, and kasama po dito as well, no, triglycerides, mamaya. I-explain ko din si triglycerides. Okay, next, no, proteins in the meal also gets broken down into glucose to some degree, no. Kung meron siyang nutrient na glucose, may nagko-contain siya ng glucose, it as well, no, it gets broken down, okay, to some degree. And compared to carbohydrates, no, the process of breaking down sugar from protein is actually slower. It's a slower process compared to carbohydrates. Especially, no, pag ang kinain mo is simple carbs and not complex carbs. So, after the body's initial release of insulin, meron tayong beta cells no in the pancreas that starts to develop new insulin which can be released as well. So this is known as phase 2 insulin response. So unahin yung si carbohydrates and then si protein. So as I have mentioned no, if glucose is taken from the blood to the point where blood sugar level starts to approach a low level, dito na magre-release si liver ng glucagon, okay? So again, glycogen tapos eventually glucagon. So glucagon works to change the stored glycogen no into glucose which is released into the bloodstream. So this is important kasi makikita nyo dito that even your liver no stores sugar, stores glucose, okay? Na nagiging form siya, ano siya ng glycogen. Tapos eventually, kunyari pag hindi ka kumain, tapos kailangan ng katawan mo na energy, si liver nagpo-produce siya ng glucagon para ma-convert yung glycogen again into glucose na i-release niya again sa bloodstream para umikot, para may energy ang cells natin. O, di ba? Naniniwala ko na explain ko siya ng simple. Hello, Coach Tin. Ayan. So, give me some comments pag na-gets nyo no how insulin function in its simplest form. So I really intentionally looked for this chart no na pinakasimpleng way because this is part of the endocrine, so ang dami niyang kakaiba, okay, pag hindi, if you're not into really studying the endocrine system, kakaiba siya. So that's the way that insulin works. Ngayon, carbohydrate metabolism, no? So blood sugar levels rise again when most food are consumed, and they rise more rapidly and dramatically in forms of carbohydrates. Okay, so the digestive system releases glucose from foods, and the glucose molecules are absorbed into bloodstream. So I don't know if you can see it ng malaki, no? I hope you can. But technically, this is the process, no, na normal carbohydrate metabolism. So, kakain ka, dadaan siya sa intestine mo, and then it produces glucose. Then, if again, na-sense ni body mo, no, na may increased level of glucose, these are the blue, no, yung kulay blue na particles, no. Then, yung pancreas mo, it responds to the high glucose level by secreting insulin. So, yung high glucose level no, so it will act again, your insulin, your insulin will act as key, no, para yung glucose makapasok siya into our cells. And pag nakapasok siya as well, magta-travel siya towards sa bloodstream. Tapos pag nakita nyo dyan, si liver, no, yun na dyan. So, insulin causes liver, the skeletal muscles as well, and other tissues. So, kasama po yung ibang tissues to make up more glucose, i-break down nila, mag-i-store siya doon, dadaan siya again sa muscles mo, sa liver mo, in other organs, in other tissues, sila yung mag-absorb, and then eventually, yung homeostasis ng katawan mo, ma-preserve siya, babalik siya sa normal, okay? So, technically, yun siya, okay? So, technically, si insulin, no, again, magbabind siya sa insulin receptors on the surface. So, si insulin receptors, nasa surface siya na cell, tapos yun, sususian niya. Tapos, ayan, papasok si glucose. And these insulin receptors actually exist. Did you know that insulin receptors, no, exist not only in cells, but almost in all tissues in our body, including our muscle cells and fat cells. Okay? So, kaya po tayo tumataba, tumalaki. Okay. So when the body is functioning normally, glucose derived from ingested carbohydrates, no, get cleared rapidly through this process. However, when there is no insulin or very low levels of insulin, hindi nangyayari tong normal process na to, which leads to high blood glucose level kasi nga hindi siya na-absorb, no, ng cells natin. And excess blood sugar also happens when cells aren't able to use insulin properly, which is known as insulin resistance. So this can be caused by a problem with the shape of insulin, no, preventing insulin receptor binding. In short, iba yung susi, iba yung hugis ng susi, hindi siya nagpa-match, no? So, not having enough insulin receptors, it signals problems, of course, and the glucose transporters, no, does not work properly. Kasi pagpasok niya sa cells natin, meron tayong glucose transporters na yun yung nagtatransport to different areas, no, of our blood, no, bloodstream papunta sa different organs. Okay, so insulin resistance can also occur as a result of excess body fat. Ayan, so magkakakabit-kabit po sila insulin, sila sugar, sila carbohydrate, sila fat. Okay, now yung next natin is what we call fat metabolism. Hello, Coach Glacy. So insulin has a major effect on fat metabolism. So again, hindi lang po siya pang carbohydrate metabolism, but technically it has a function on fat metabolism as well. So insulin again has a major effect on fat metabolism. So after a meal, no, insulin causes extra ingested fats and glucose to be stored as fat for future use. So insulin po yung nagko-convert nun into fat, no. So it actually also plays a very key role in liver function and in fat cells. Okay, so in liver naman, in insulin stimulates again glycogen. Ito yung diniscuss ko kanina, no, and it's creation from glucose, and from glucose magiging glycogen siya and i-store siya sa liver. So high insulin levels cause the liver to get saturated with glycogen, so nadadamihan siya, nasosobran siya, and when this happens, the liver becomes unable to store more, no? Then glucose is instead used to create fatty acids that are converted into lipoproteins and released into bloodstream. Ito na, this is the interesting part, okay? So this breaks down, no, into free fatty acids and are used in other tissues, and some tissues use this to create triglycerides. Okay, so another way that you can get triglycerides is not only through the fats that you eat, like literal na fat na tabano ng mga meat, but you also can get this for eating too much carbohydrates, kasi nga nagfo-form siya into glucose, into sugar. Pag nasosobrahan, ayan na, 'di ba? Pag hindi na kaya i-store ni liver, ayan na siya, magpo-produce na siya into fatty acids na magko-convert into lipoproteins, i-release siya sa bloodstream natin, and then it becomes free fatty acids for other tissues. Then it becomes, some of it, not all, okay, some of it becomes triglycerides. And as well, no, it becomes as well yung for others that are asking kung paano nagkakaroon sila ng fatty liver, no, kahit na hindi sila nag-alcohol, then technically we have non-alcohol fatty liver. So yun siya. So this is from glucose, from insulin, ayan, from carbohydrates that we eat. Okay, so again, nagiging fats kasi si glucose pag hindi siya nagagamit. Okay, nai-store siya. Now, for fat cells, no, insulin stops fat from breaking down, and it prevents triglycerides, no, from breaking down into fatty acids. So when glucose enters these fat cells, it can be used to create a compound called glycerol. So glycerol can be combined with excess, again, free fatty acids from the liver to make triglycerides, which can then build up in the fat cells. Ayan. So, connected po ang lahat ng kinakain talaga natin with triglycerides. So, just in case, no, if you're wondering if yung triglycerides limited lang siya sa like fats, nope. So, any carbohydrates, any sugar. So, technically, pinaka-basic form, di ba, is sugar, is glucose. So, pag sobra po talaga siya, you can have higher triglycerides as well. Now, on protein metabolism, no, again, insulin naman ngayon has functions in protein metabolism. So again, insulin helps the amino acids in protein to enter cells. Okay, so without adequate insulin production, hello, Coach Marife, this process is hindered, making it difficult to build muscle mass. So I remember si Coach Marife kahapon, she talked about bone mass. So excited ako baka next time she will be talking about muscle mass naman, no. So insulin also makes cells more receptive. So si insulin nagiging cause siya, no, for the cells to become more receptive to absorbing nutrients, no. Primarily si potassium, si magnesium, and si phosphate. When you combine these three, no, this is known collectively as electrolytes. Ayan. So these minerals help conduct electricity within our body. So by doing this, it influences, no, our muscle function, blood acidity, and the amount of water in our body. So an electrolyte imbalance can be worsened by high blood sugar levels, as this can cause excessive urination. Ayan. So which makes you lose more water and electrolytes. Ayan. So medyo nung inaaral ko 'to, sabi ko, hashtag relate ako dito. Okay. Okay. So technically, no, for a recap, no, insulin production is actually a part of, again, the endocrine system, no, the endocrine process in the liver that controls blood sugar. And insulin helps the body breaks down fat use for energy. So hindi lang siya it's not as simple as ano lang siya, no, for glucose level. It's not. You have to understand na meron siyang ibang function and how it affects other organs in your body and how it affects, no, other systems in your body. And of course, when this happens, no, pag nagkakaroon ng disruption, insulin resistance can happen, and insulin resistance as well, no, develops when your cells in your muscles, fats, and livers are unable to use insulin properly, which eventually results in high blood sugar. So if you look into this, no, 3 hours, okay, 3 hours. Usually, di ba sinasabi nila you eat, no, tapos you allow 3 hours, no, 3 to 6 hours for for your body to metabolize it, and 3 hours bago ka kakain ulit. Okay, so this is the science behind it. So again, when you consume food, no, your food is broken down into glucose, amino acids, and fatty acids. So hindi ko na i-discuss yan si leptin at si ghrelin, okay? So, and then, syempre, pag na-breakdown yan into glucose, amino acid, and fatty acid, yung blood level natin, mag increase siya ng glucose, malamang, no, kasi nga broken down, so nagkakaroon ng more presence ng glucose, amino acids, and fatty acids in our body. Now, when the body detects it, the body is really amazing. Ang galing ng structure niya, no. When the body detects it, ito na, i-signal niya si pancreas. Pancreas, release ka na ng insulin para ma-breakdown na natin si glucose para magamit na siya ng energy ng katawan natin. And as the insulin releases, no, magbabind siya sa insulin receptors, as it acts as a key, bubuksan niya para yung glucose, no, makapasok siya sa cells natin para makakain yung cells natin. Kasi it's food for our cells, no, energy siya, it provides energy. And then from there, syempre may glucose transporter. So magbabind siya doon, tapos yung glucose transporter, itatransport niyan to different parts of the body, to the bloodstream, no. And eventually, yung lastly, no, insulin shuttles nutrients into cells to be stored as glycogen, fat, muscle, or can be used as energy. So technically yan siya. So yan yung cycle when we eat, no. Kaya yung iba, no, after 3 hours nagugutom, okay? Technically, pag yeah, it's another thing, no, insulin resistance na siya. So I don't want to be discussing that. So nandito muna tayo sa normal function ni insulin. Kaya siya insulin 101. Okay. So, wait. Okay. Wala. Okay. Lumit yung screen ko. Kaya ko to. Okay. Yan. Okay. Wait. Okay. All right. So that is actually insulin 101. So you have to know again how insulin works, how it affects the body. So for the next sessions no, I will be discussing na complications naman like what happens if you have hypoglycemia, hyperglycemia, dito na papasok si diabetes no. Before you dive into diabetes or the complications of course of having no yung insulin disruptors like insulin resistance, you have to first go to the basics and understand how insulin works so that you can be mindful, no? Kaya sa mindful eating, so you can be mindful of how you are eating and how it actually the food that you eat no actually works inside our body and how it affects the body. Again, when you talk about triglycerides, fatty liver, it is not only limited to the literal fats na kinakain mo, but it is related to glucose as well. So this is where you want to be really mindful on your carbohydrate intake. Ano ba yung kinakain mo carbs? Are these simple carbs? Are these complex carbs? Are this how often do you eat na carbohydrates no when you talk about carbohydrates syempre different forms like potato, french fries, burgers, ayan, mga carbohydrates yan. Syempre may protein ng burger, di ba? But you want to be able to really become mindful, especially if you love to eat cakes, ayan, cakes, baked goodies, yeah, yeah talaga yan, yung cake, ang pinaka-ano niyan is the baked goodies, no? Yung mga sweets, like literal sweets, no? How it affects our body so you can understand, no? What as well we are doing for our body. Okay? Okay. All right. So with that, no, I would like to invite you for mental health and vitality 101 workshop. So this is a rerun of my first workshop. No, so this is free. This is via Zoom. No, if you want to join, then please feel free to message me. To feel free, sabi kasi ni Coach Tim, masarap kumain. Feel free to message me for the registration link. So this will be happening on December 8th at a Wednesday at 7 p.m. So again, mental health and vitality workshop. Okay? So I think I will be changing, yeah, I will be changing the schedule, no? Kasi ano pala, meron na pala tayong U-turn season. Okay. Anyway, I will be updating you with the new schedule of this class. Naalala ko lang siya bigla. So of course, as I end this conversation, I would like to invite you to join, no? So just in case you are not yet part of the Be Learning Society, then of course, you are missing out on all the perks that we are enjoying. And of course, today is the best time for you to take action. So you want to be able to connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to join the Be Learning Society, which is the tent maker of Be Learning Homes for mental fitness, where you get to enjoy 5% food and beverage discount from the Cup Coffee Republic. You get, of course, the full access to the masterclass of Master Coach A, which happens every fourth Sunday of the month. But for this month, we're going to make it on third Saturday kasi yung fourth Saturday po ay Christmas. Ayan. So, of course, you get to benefit as well from a 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So, you want to be able to save the date for our next Mental Model Masterclass by Master Coach A. So, this will be on December 18 and 2007 at 2021. Gosh, okay. So December 18, 2021 at 7 p.m. So you want to be able to register. And Master Coach A will be teaching the reinvention mental model. So I invite you to join kasi it's very, very timely, di ba? December going to January, and usually we all have that New Year's resolution, and di ba you want to be able to start the year right. So what better way to start the year right, of course, than learning how to reinvent yourself, how to reinvent things. So very interesting, reinvention mental model. So for more information and registration assistance, connect with Coach Giselle through 0917-586 1661. Now, for individuals, of course, who intend to embark on a journey of becoming a certified life coach, Master Coach A now offers co-actively co-create life coach certification program. So this is a CPD accredited course with 40 credit units. So continuing professional development, or CPD, is all about learning new things or refreshing your knowledge by doing new things, and this what makes the ACC Life Coach Certification Program the perfect track for your continuing professional development. And of course, life coaching is actually the 21st century learning experience that is empowering professionals to enhance their skills in multiple domains. Thereby, they increase their value, they increase their relevance in an increasingly complex workplace. So the CACC course include a 21-day web-based learning, a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and a 3-day live business bootcamp with Senior Coaching Team. And of course, the program package also comes with many other bonuses. So connect with Coach Giselle through 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities awaiting for you in this very, very fulfilling profession. It's the second fastest growing profession in the world today. So do join us for another coaching conversation later with Coach Cherry for coaching for lip formation at 2 p.m. and Coach Giselle for coaching for purposeful living. So once again, this is Coach Candee Teng from Life Coach Philippines, and for coaching Think Talk, no, because coaches like us think and talk like this, and this is us in the Philippines. Love bam boom, love bam boom, love bam boom. Bye bye. Have a blessed day.